What's up, everybody? Last week we got Season 26 Split 2 of Apex Legends, and as usual, after major updates, we rank our legends and our weapons. We did the legend rankings yesterday. I'll link that down below. Today we are looking at the long-range options, and this is, of course, my top 5 as somebody who's slightly above average, warms up in wildcard, and then just mostly plays ranked. And is a solo queuer. So I'm just going to frame it like that from now on so people understand maybe a little more of what I'm thinking when I do these. But long range options, the 30, is there an ad right in the middle of the page? The 30-30 got nerfed. It's still very good. I'm going to put the 30-30 in A tier. Of course, it is a little bit of a higher skill weapon. It's always easier to hit shots with an automatic weapon than it is any of the marksman rifles or sniper rifles. But it's still really good. It's got the built-in skull piercer that you have to get evo points for. It's still very good. Then we have the alternator. You can actually shoot it into the mid-range fairly easily, and if you're good, you can hit some shots at long range, but it doesn't do a whole lot of damage or anything, but it's going in C tier. The bow check is so bad. I mean, the bow check got buffed a little bit. I hate the bow check. The bow check is terrible. It's got that weird limited ammo thing where you have to go collect your arrows. It's just not very good. The car is harder to shoot than the alternator into the mid-range, but it can be done. The charge rifle is good. It got nerfed, and I think it's a high-skill weapon compared to other snipers and stuff. I'm going to put it at B. People normally hate where I put it. I'm just not a fan of it despite it being good. The Devo is more of a mid-range than a long-range, but when we talk long-range, we're talking anything that isn't like SMG, shotgun, pistol range. It does have kind of a lot of recoil, but in the mid-range, it's so good. And if you control in the long range, it's really good as well. We're going to put that in A. Shotguns are just not really rankable in the long range. The flatline is always S tier for me. Now, when I did Legends yesterday, I said S tiers for legends that are broken because we do often have broken legends. We don't often have super broken guns. So I'm not going to do that with guns. But the flatline, if it doesn't have the hardest recoil in the game, and if you can control the recoil, it's probably the best AR in the game. The G7, I like the Scout more than I like the 30-30, but there's no doubt that the 30-30 can put out more damage. I'll leave it in A tier. The Havoc, in the mid-range, it's really good, like the Devo. It's easier to control at long range than the Devo. The Devo kills a little faster in the mid and close range, but the Havoc overall I do think is better, especially now that it's got its turbocharger back that you can unlock with the evo points, or whatever they actually call it for weapons, the hop-up points. The Hemlock is just fine. I don't think the Hemlock's good. I don't think the Hemlock's bad. It's just fine. The Kraber, we normally do care package rarity penalty, and the Kraber does get that as well. The Kraber is actually broken if you can hit your shots with it, so that's going to go in S tier like always. I love the L-Star. There's no doubt that some of the nerfs have hurt it a little bit, but I think it's the easiest of these three energy weapons to control at range, but it doesn't have necessarily the mid-range lethality that these two have with when you get the turbochargers, but I still think it's the best of those three energy weapons. Then we have the longbow. I think the longbow is another just whatever weapon. It's easier to use probably than the charge rifle, but the charge rifle hits harder. So we're going to actually put it behind the charge rifle. Another shotgun. Although I probably feel more like this on the shotguns. The Nemesis, I've hated the Nemesis for a long time. I've come around on it a lot. I think it's really good. We're going to put it ahead of the Kraber because of the care package rarity versus it being everywhere on the ground. Then we have Akimbo P20s. Weirdly, the choke is still, despite it not being in the care package, the choke on the PK is tight enough that like it actually hits better than the other shotguns. The Prowler is really easy to shoot in the mid range, so it's gonna, and it kills faster than the alternator for sure. The R3 also very, very good, super easy to use. Its ease of use makes you want to put it at number 1. I'm going to put it at number 1. It's just so easy to use. And so I put it there because this isn't like, okay, we're thinking if the highest skill players in the world all have these weapons in their hands, they're the best. I think of it across the whole player base. And the R3 is so easy to use for everybody that it just has to go up high. The Nemesis is actually fairly easy to control too, easier than the Flatline, but I don't like the ramp up. It's one of the things that's made me not like the Nemesis forever. The R9, easier to shoot than the car, harder to shoot than the alternator in the mid-range. The Rampage, when it's charged, is really good. When it's not charged, just is not good. Well, I mean, it's not the easiest thing to shoot. It doesn't have a whole lot of recoil, so I'm going to put it behind the L-Star because if you get a thermite, it's devastating. And if you can hit your shots, it's still pretty strong, but the slow rate of fire makes it a little more difficult to use. The RE45, it's better than the shotguns in the P20, but it's not as easy to shoot into the mid-range as the SMGs are. The Sentinel, which is actually currently out of the game because of some bug, you have to charge it up, so it's going to go behind the 30-30 because you have to charge it up. And when you charge it up, it's really good. It's also not currently in the game temporarily, so. The Spitfire, with the paint, when you get the paintball mod on it, it's pretty good. I like it the most out of the LMGs, probably besides the L-Star. I just think the L-Star beats it in a lot of ways. I'm going to put it here, though. The triple take, hurt by care package, rarity, but really good when you do get your hands on it. We're just going to put it in the middle of A tier. It could go anywhere from behind the Sentinel to behind the Devo. I'm just going to put it right smack dab in the middle. Then the Volt's the easiest SMG to shoot into the mid-range. And the Wingman, it's good in the mid-range, it's hard into the long range, and it's definitely a higher skill weapon, but when you can hit your shots, you can hit your shots. I've soured on it a lot. I used to leave it a lot higher in the long range tier, but I've soured on it a lot. But those that can hit their shots really kill people a lot with it. I'm pretty comfortable with these rankings. The top three are the three primaries I normally go for. I don't touch the Kraber, but I make sure I always ping it for teammates. And I usually don't, and I wouldn't really go for the 30-30 or the Sentinel very often. I would be going for these two LMGs next the most. But that's just me. I do think that the 30-30 and the Sentinel are much better. But that's my top long range rankings. Let me know what you think in the comments down below, and please don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell if you like this type of content, COD content, or game reviews, and you want to see those first. And I will see you on Olympus, Kings Canyon, and Daytime E-District. Get frying. Have a good day. Bye.